Before you guys run to the comments saying my information is wrong, just wait. This is what the police put out there, so this is how I'm going to tell it. If I were to actually give the street version of the story, you guys would call me a snitch, so you can't have it both ways. So let's get back to the story. It's 2014 and 7 Mile would take some big losses. First, Jason Gill, also known as White Boy, would get killed in February. Then, rapper Hardwork Jake would be hit multiple times in August. He would survive though. But none would be bigger than the top dog. Let me introduce you to Devin McClure. He goes by the nickname Block, and he was the leader of 7 Mile, and he was very well known for putting in work. May 1st, 2015. Block would be driving in his blue Crown Victoria down Hayes Street, right in the heart of 6 Mile Cheddar Grove territory. He would reach the end of 6 Mile territory when BAM! Right after it happened, the rivals would take to Instagram and post, "We got Block out the way. Bman, you know you next." That brings me to Bman, whose real name is Billy Arnold, another 7 Mile top dog. He knew the rivals wanted to get him too, so he made sure that he would get to them first. He wouldn't do it alone though. Block's girlfriend M-Thang was ready to ride for him. She would text B-Man right away, and she would set up a plan. She would drive around the 6 Mile area and scout. She would take notes of the cars the rivals drive and all their whereabouts. She would send all this information to B-Man, and that's when he would go to Instagram and post an official hit list. Yes, you heard that correctly. He would post pictures of those he wanted from 6 Mile. So just 6 hours after Block passed away, B-Man would get in his car and head down to the 6 Mile area. He would go look for a particular individual, a man named Philip Peaks, also known as Pezy. The rapper was nowhere to be found though. Instead, B-Man would find Pezy's friend Raphael Carter with his 2 young children. Regardless, he would hop out of his car and BAM! A week would go by and it's May 8th, 2015. M-Thang would give B-Man a crucial drop. She would tell him to pull up to 6 Mile, specifically Hayes Street. She would tell him to look for a brown Chevy Impala with tinted windows. B-Man would stop what he's doing and hop in his car. He would drive right down to 6 Mile, and that's when he sees the Chevy Impala. He hops out of the car and BAM! B-Man would get home and go straight to Instagram. He would post a picture of Devontae with a laughing emoji saying, "Got him." 2 days later would be Mother's Day, but B-Man was not with his mother that day. He would be sliding around 6 Mile. He would find a car with 4 6 Mile dudes inside of it, and then he would start clapping. The guys would run away. One of the guys is a man named Darnell Rogers, and he happens to have a baby on the way. On June 6, 2015, Darnell hosts a baby shower to welcome his new baby boy. Well, B-Man got news of the event, and in typical B-Man fashion, he was not having it. B-Man would pull up to the baby shower, and BAM!
Breaking news right now out of Roseville. 2 people shot at a banquet hall.
One woman tells us family and friends were there for a baby shower.
7 Action News reporter Jane Park live at the scene with the latest.
Roseville police are not releasing any details, but detectives have been out here for several hours at the Athena Hall Banquet Center on Gratiot, gathering evidence after this reported double shooting.
Darnell would survive, but regardless, 6 Mile would make sure to return the favor. 7 Mile's Aaron Carter would be sitting on his porch. That's when 2 men pull up. The men chase him through the house, into the backyard, and BAM! For a few months, everyone would assume that they wouldn't get caught. But things would come crashing down quick for 7 Mile. They threw a big party at a local club called The Horse. The celebration would be to remember Devin Block McClure. Well, after that night, B-Man would get pulled over. And this is where they found everything they needed. He, along with Arlandis Shy and Keithon Porter, would go down. Block's girlfriend M-Thang would go down as well. And here's how it would all play out. M-Thang would get 10 years. Rapper Hardwork Sonny would get life. Arlandis Shy would get life, and finally, B-Man would get more than life. Things would come crashing down for 6 Mile as well. In December 2016, they would get taken down. 11 guys from 6 Mile would go down, including Pezy. Well, eventually Pezy would get out, and he would become one of Detroit's biggest rappers.